Caramel Club Adventure 2 Designer Competition. It was a rainy Sunday morning at Lake Melon. Raindrops pattered on their log cabin mansion. The lake was a foggy grey and the whole place was flooded. This was one of the worst weathers Lake Melon has seen in a long time. Inside, the fire was going and the Caramel Club was huddled around it. "I'm so cold," shivered Caramel. "I'll go and make some hot cocoa." Just then, the post truck came and delivered a letter. "Poor post truck," said Silky. "Delivering in the rain must be hard." Caramel came back with 5 cups of cocoa. "Why do you have 5 cups of cocoa?" asked Laura. "Because when I saw the post truck in the cold rain, I made him some hot cocoa," answered Caramel. She went outside and offered him some. "Thank you," he said and drank up. He handed back the cup before saying goodbye. Caramel got the mail and brought it back inside. "What does it say?" asked Sophia. The letter said, "Dear students, today there is a designer competition. The thing you must design is a dress, a hat, a necklace and some shoes. You may do it alone or in groups. Mr. Spring, the president of Lake Melon, will judge, and the winner/winners will receive a gold medallion. The winner's design will go into the Lake Melon magazine. If you'd like to take part, please come to Lake Melon Middle School Great Hall to hear the brief as soon as you get this letter. From the principal, Miss Autumn." "Would you like to participate?" asked Caramel. "I would." "Are you kidding?" said Laura. "Of course, I would love to do it." "Me too," said Silky. "I'd like to see our designs in the Lake Melon magazine." "Same," said Sophia. "Put on a coat, gumboots and grab an umbrella," said Caramel. "We're going." The Caramel Club got their coats on and found their umbrellas and gumboots before they stepped outside. "Brrr," said Sophia. "This is so cold," as she stepped out onto the deck. Splash! Silky stepped out into the garden. The flood was higher than they thought. "I'm wet," she said whilst emptying her gumboots. The Caramel Club went back inside to rethink a better plan. "I know," said Silky. "What?" asked Sophia. "We can use the cats, so you guys can sit in the cat while I pull along," said Silky. "I'm already wet anyway, so it doesn't really matter." The Caramel Club found the cats and joined them together. "Jump in," said Silky. They jumped in. Then something gold flashed. "What was that?" said Caramel, feeling uneasy. Caramel wrapped her blanket over her head. "I saw it too," said Sophia. "It was around half a meter," said Laura. Then an orange fin popped up and made its way to Silky. "Silky!" shouted Caramel. "Watch out!" "Huh?" said Silky. The orange fin got closer and closer. Then the orange thing bumped into Silky. "Ah!" she cried. She looked down, hoping it wasn't a sea monster, but when she saw it, it was a giant goldfish. "Silky!" screamed the Caramel Club. "Don't worry," replied Silky. "It's just a giant goldfish. I think it wants feeding." Silky gave the fish some fish food that she carries around to feed the fish at Lake Melon. The fish rubbed its body on her leg to say thank you. "Phew," said Caramel. "We thought you were the fish food." Silky continued to pull at the cats to Lake Melon Middle School. When she got there, she opened Lake Melon's Middle School Great Hall door and a wave of water came out and wet her even more. Luckily for the rest of them and the cat, that Silky stopped the wave from crashing over them. "I'm wet again," said Silky. "Look at the Great Hall," said Caramel. "It's also flooded." "Wow," exclaimed Sophia. "I've never seen it like this before." Silky decided to take the cats in since everywhere was flooded. "Look," whispered Sophia. The Caramel Club followed where Sophia was pointing. "Oh no," said Laura. "They are back." Where Sophia was pointing to was 4 saturated figures with blonde hair and bright blue eyes. "The Tamara team are here," said Caramel. "I should have predicted that." "I know, right?" said Laura. "We can't let them win the designer competition." Attention students, said the principal, Miss Autumn. Today is a very rainy day, but that doesn't mean we won't do the competition. Silky hopped back into the cat to dry off a bit. The competition ends tonight at 8 o'clock, said Miss Autumn. The rules are no copying designs from other students, no help from professional designers. You must design the size 8 dress, hat, necklace and shoes. Whoa, said Caramel. Tight deadline. You may leave now to start designing or stay here for the feast, said Miss Autumn. Let's go home, said Sophia, so we can start designing and sewing. As they began to turn around and head out, the Tamara team stopped them. You won't win, sneered Tamara. We'll be the one in the Lake Melon magazine. Yeah, said Emma, we'll be famous. And everyone want our autograph, added in Lyla. We'll beat you by lots, said Jade. May the best team win, said Silky coolly before heading out pulling the cats. The Tamara team is super mean, said Laura. They're always trying to ruin things. Don't worry, the teams that play fair always win, said Caramel. When the Caramel Club got home, they quickly got a pen and paper to get their design done before they make it. What should we make it about? Asked Sophia. Something awesome, said Laura. Caramel stared out the window watching the raindrops fall and the grey fog scattering the landscape. Maybe we should make it about feathers, suggested Silky. It's a good idea, but it doesn't really mean anything, said Sophia. You're right, said Silky. Maybe the Tamara team might win after all. I know, said Caramel. I was staring out the window and I thought if we designed our inner with grey floaty material like the fog and the outside in a deep grey silk for Lake Melon's water and do the same thing for the rest of the things we have to make. That's an amazing idea, said Laura. How did you think of that? I was just daydreaming and looking out the window, answered Caramel. So, before we start, let's get the material we need, said Silky. Get in the cats! So, the Caramel Club got in the cats while Silky pulled them along to the sewing shop. Luckily, the sewing shop was on the hill, so when they got inside, the inside wasn't flooded. Welcome, said the shopkeeper. Hi, replied Caramel. Is there anything you are specifically looking for? Asked the shopkeeper. Yes, replied Caramel. We need some grey floaty material, grey silk, grey ribbon, grey cotton, grey beads, grey elastic, grey flowers and grey shoes. It's all in aisle 8, replied the shopkeeper. The Caramel Club headed down aisle 8 and put all the stuff they needed in a reusable bag. Is that all we need? Asked Sophia. I think so, replied Laura. Look, said Silky, pointing to an essential oil. So this essential oil smells like fog? Said Caramel. I guess so, replied Laura. So they put it in their reusable bag before heading up to the counter. That would be $88.80, replied the shopkeeper. Caramel handed over the money. So now we need it to design it on the paper so we can copy the design, said Laura. So the Caramel Club headed back home. The Caramel Club got some draft paper and sketched down their design. Meanwhile, the Tamara team were pacing up and down the living room trying to think what they should make their design about. Think, said Tamara to her team. We are, they answered. Good for nothing, muttered Tamara under her breath. We can't let this Caramel Club win. We could make our design around a feather, suggested Emma. Too boring, said Tamara. We need something that'll blow everyone away. We could make the design around pearls, suggested Emma. Too flashy, replied Tamara. Or we could copy the Caramel Club's design and say we did it instead, said Lyla with an evil glint in her eye. Oh, I love it when you have the brightest ideas, said Tamara. Lyla always liked it when Tamara says good comments about her ideas. Get your phone, said Tamara. Back at Caramel's house, they just finished their design. One more thing to do, said Caramel as she added one swirly design on their designs. done, she said, holding her work up. Well done, said Laura. What the Caramel Club didn't know was that the Tamara team was outside their window taking pictures of their design. Ha! Tamara whispered. Now you look like the copy chucks. Good work, said Emma. The Tamara team quickly hurried away. When Tamara, Lyla, Jade and Emma got home, they got their sewing stuff out. Now, said Tamara, you guys copy every single detail on this design whilst I catch up on my reading. While the Tamara team were working on the design they copied from the Caramel Club were also working on their design, not knowing that Tamara team just stole their design. I'll work on the dress, Laura you work on the hat, said Caramel, Sophia you work on the necklace, and Silky you work on the shoes. Caramel carefully cut the material to the size and put it under the sewing machine. Guys, she said, don't forget to do the embroidery, the thing I did with the squiggly line. Why? Asked Sophia. That's just a really important bit, she replied. After a few hours, Silky and Sophia did the finishing touches on their items. Silky put the essential oils in the atomizer spray and sprayed it over Sophia's and her items. We're finished, they said. Looks good, said Silky. Yours too, replied Sophia. You help Caramel whilst I'll help Laura with their stuff. Silky, said Caramel, can you please cut some material up for me? Yes, she replied and cut some material up. Sophia, can you please stick some of those flowers on the hat? Asked Laura. Sophia did it and stuck some flowers on it. Then Laura sprayed it. I'm done, she said. Now the whole Caramel Club was working on the dress. Wow, said Sophia. It looks good. After a couple of hours, they finally finished. They sprayed it with the spray and put all the clothes they made on the rack ready for tonight. Caramel pulled over a silk cloth so they could pull it off when it was their turn. Meanwhile, the Tamara team was working hard. Hurry up, ordered Tamara. We're almost done, they replied. Then we can go, so we can get there before the Caramel Club does. Good, said Tamara coldly. You'd better. Now, all we have to do is spray it with this stuff, said Lyla. Then we can go. Lyla quickly sprayed the clothes before putting it on the rack with a cloth over it. Done, they said. The Tamara team quickly got ready and headed out the front door. It was now 7:45 p.m. The Tamara team were cooking up a new plan. We need to slow the Caramel Club down, said Tamara, so they can get here late and hopefully stop them from coming. Any ideas, Lyla? Yes, she replied. We could dress Emma up and she could pretend she was in trouble and the Caramel Club will try and rescue her. And what's another good plan of yours? Said Tamara. Tamara handed Emma a wig, eye contacts and some different clothes. So Emma put them on. You look totally different, exclaimed Jade. The Caramel Club will definitely fall for it, said Lyla. And now we will win, said Tamara triumphantly. Emma took her position. Meanwhile, the Caramel Club were just leaving when they saw someone. Look, said Laura pointing to the chicken. Help, said the chicken. The Caramel Club ran up to the chicken. I think I've broken my ankle, replied the chicken. Many chickens walked past me so they could get to the competition on time. Caramel helped the chicken get into the car. Thank you, replied the chicken. Nice things happen to chickens who are kind. They arrived there 1 minute past 8. Oh no, said Silky. We're late. Where's Emma? Asked Sophia, noticing that Emma was missing from the Tamara team. Luckily, the judging started very late too. They also noticed that Tamara got there first, before them again. The judge came over to the Tamara team's bench. They pulled off the cloth to reveal their design. That looks very familiar, said Caramel. That's because it is, said Laura. They copied our design. Oh, exclaimed Sophia. Now we'll look like the real copy chucks. The judge also looks very familiar too, said Silky. I think she was the one we rescued, exclaimed Caramel, which is why the judging started late. Maybe detailed, exclaimed the judge. Where did you get the inspiration? I did it because I really love the colour grey, stuttered Tamara. And what's that smell? Asked the judge. I really wanted to add the scent on the clothes and the only scent there was fog, replied Tamara. Very exquisite, replied the judge. Now, what is your design? Pointing to the Caramel Club. The Caramel Club pulled off their cloth to reveal the same design as the Tamara teams. The crowd gasped. The Caramel Club gulped. How mean of you, said Tamara, trying to sound sad. How could you do this to me? Carpy chucks, carpy chucks, carpy chucks, chanted the crowd. Oh, never mind, said Tamara, trying to sound humble. They can have the design if they want to. Carpy chucks, carpy chucks, carpy chucks, chanted the crowd. What will we do? Whispered Silky, because Tamara showed hers first and it looks like we copied her. I can show you she was the one who copied us, said Caramel. Carpy chucks, carpy chucks, carpy chucks, chanted the crowd. Silence, shouted the judge. I don't believe that Caramel copied Tamara. No, you're just being mean, said Tamara. I can show you that she was the one who copied us, said Caramel. Go on, urged the judge. Caramel walked over to the Tamara team's clothes. Hey, don't touch my design, copy Chuck, she said in disgust. Well, do you know this embroidery that looks like a squiggly line? Said Caramel. She took the dress and turned it upside down. Now, it's the other way. It actually says something. What does it say? The Caramel Club, said the crowd quietly. The maker of the design always has a little secret that brands them from the real copy chucks, said Caramel. And Tamara wouldn't have written our name on the design and come to this competition with the same design. The Tamara team looked in horror as the crowd found out that they were the real copy chucks. It wasn't me, stuttered Tamara. We did it because of the Caramel Club's name on it because we were friends. Well then, why does it also say our name on our dress design? Said Sophia. Tamara gave a loathing look at the Caramel Club before storming off with her friends and dragging them home. This is the winner of the designer competition, announced Miss Autumn, pointing to the Caramel Club. Thank you, they said. We would never copy anyone. We're sorry, said the crowd, sounding ashamed. If we didn't go with Tamara, she said she'd be mean to us forever. Miss Autumn gave the Caramel Club a gold medallion. Thank you, they replied. They got into their cats to go out. Silky took the handle to pull them home. When Miss Autumn opened the doors, a big wave came and crashed upon Silky again. Luckily, the cats floated. It's up to my body, shouted Silky while trying to climb into a cat. Use your wings, shouted Caramel over the rain. We need our wings to paddle. They paddled through the deep flood. Then a big wave came. Hold tight, said Laura as it went over the wave. Ah! Screamed Sophia as she almost fell out. How much more do we have to endure with it? Said Silky. I'm getting lake sick. Just then, a massive wave rushed towards them. Hold tight! Screamed Caramel. The wave crashed upon him and Silky fell out and got carried away with the wave. Silky! They screamed. The Caramel Club all panicked as they registered what happened. We lost Silky, said Sophia sadly. We'll find her, replied Laura. Just then they saw a white figure riding something. Silky! Screamed Laura. Don't worry, replied Silky. How did you manage to come back? Said Caramel in awe. Well, you know that fish I fed earlier? Said Silky. When the fish saw me get swept away, and because I was kind to the fish, it helped me back. Just like the chicken we rescued saying that nice things happen to chickens who are kind, said Caramel. Which is why Tamara's plans will never succeed, said Silky. It's because she needs to learn the power of kindness and friendship. Exactly, said Sophia. Thank you, Goldfish, said Silky. The Goldfish blew some bubbles back in reply before swimming off again. Meanwhile, Tamara was shouting at her friends. You didn't distract them, Emma, screeched Tamara. But they arrived 1 minute late, answered Emma. They helped the judge, squawked Tamara. Where were you anyway? I got lost in the fog, replied Emma. Then a wave washed me all the way back here. Useless, muttered Tamara under her breath. Meanwhile, the Caramel Club was having a nice hot cup of cocoa when the post truck arrived. Caramel came out to greet him. He gave Caramel a parcel. I didn't order anything, said Caramel, puzzled. This is from me, replied the post truck. She opened it. It was a vase decorated with flowers. Thank you, she said. Nice things happen to chickens who are kind, he said before riding off into the mysterious grey fog. This audiobook was made by Aurora Wilson Royal. I hope you enjoyed this audiobook. Goodbye! Until the next.